Welcome back to another exciting cast of Ryan playing Starcraft and getting his ass handed to him. Today we have a Protoss versus Terran. As usual, I'm playing Protoss. We have Terran over here, Maz, and I cannot remember how this goes, so we're both going to watch and find out. Leave some comments if you guys want me to keep running them at 2x speed or just leave them at normal speed. I feel like my games are not that great, so I don't want to have them take a long time for people to watch. It's not like when Husky or HD are broadcasting, you know, real good games or their games up in the diamonds. So I don't want to have a bunch of people get discouraged because the games are too long. But let me know. This one I'm going to put at 2x as well here, just because it is such a long game. The 4v4s, I'm going to leave those at normal speed just because there's a lot more going on. There's actually something to talk about instead of sitting here staring at me not making enough units or getting pylons up fast enough or scouting the wrong direction, as every single time. I swear to God, the first 7 matches I did, I scouted the wrong direction every time. And I don't know how people get it right so much as they do, because I get it wrong almost every time, and I don't know if I'm just going in the wrong direction, if there's a systematic way that you should do it differently than I am. It's always helpful if someone could give me some advice on that. If you notice a difference in the way I'm casting, I finally stopped being a dipshit and changed it so I'm not listening to myself speak as I'm casting, because that was driving me up a wall. I'm not a particular fan of my own voice, especially not hearing an echo. A little bit of a gas steal. I was hoping to slow him down, his little plan there, and then I lose the probe because there was some awesome micro. That was like just the best micro I've ever seen. Supply blocked again. Nothing new there. Continuous supply blocking is great. It's a show of being a good player. You know, if you can supply block yourself at least 30 or 40 times in a game, that takes skill. Let me tell you, I don't know how hard I've been working on that to supply block myself like that. And if you didn't get that, that was sarcasm. I really was interested in my Nexus at this point. It's very, very interesting to stare at it. Unless I move the mouse. Yeah, I keep hitting my damn mouse. I was going to say, I don't think I was staring at my Nexus for that long. I wonder if there's a way to lock that so I can't get it off. I have no clue. I never, again, never used these controls. And now I have... Let's see here. Let's get income up there. Be helpful to use the tabs. At least I pulled the probes away. Could have been worse. I could have just sat there like a dipshit. Might have been a good idea to wall in there. I'm surprised he pulled his Hellions away. If I was playing Terran, I probably wouldn't have. I probably would have just sat there and roasted some drones or probes, because that would have probably been some good kills. And then I lose the Nexus, and I'm like, crap. I don't record these live with me playing because I get very, how can I say this, mouthy when I'm playing my games. I start yelling at the screen. Luckily, you can't hear people talking on this, because if I ever put up any of my Halo videos, it gets pretty bad. It gets back to the rage of playing first-person shooters, and it doesn't work too well in a strategy game like this. Again, way too much resources saved up, not producing enough units. I should have had probably about 3 or 4 more stalkers already, and another gateway at least, if not 2. One thing I think I've been doing pretty good on is keeping up with upgrades. In most of my games, I try to really hard to get my upgrades quickly, which I don't see a lot of people do. I don't know if that's good or bad. One of the first things I do, because for some reason I always have too much resources right at the beginning, either because I really probe hard or what, but I get weapons 1s very quickly, which seems to help in a lot of the games in gold for holding. After this again, these were my very first games. I think this was game 6 or 7. But it gets a lot easier once you get a little bit more practice in. I tell you, makes a difference when you practice. I don't think I could do what the Koreans do though. Every single day, all day, I couldn't do it. I can only play so much Starcraft and then I get pissy because I just start getting aggravated with it, and then I have to play some Quake or Halo. So it looks like Heart of the Swarm is out now, or just about to be out. It's going to be interesting to see some of the balance changes with some of the new units. I'm a little worried about the, I don't know what they're called, but the little spawner things they have for Zerg. That's got me slightly concerned. I'm wondering if that's all that's going to become active in online. Went to get DTs there, hoping that would maybe save me a little bit. That was my I'm in shit fallback. I was trying not to show them either until they were actually in the base killing stuff. But he had a scan, and then he had the stupid missile turrets. I couldn't even get that one destroyed. At that point, I probably should have gotten some more of them and got some Archons, because he's got a lot of bio. There's very little mech in there, if any. I think it's obvious where this is going to go. There's only, what, 4 minutes left? 3 minutes left? Not looking too good. But I'm not going to be like everyone else and go, Terran's OP, Terran's OP. The thing that a lot of people need to do, a lot of the lower level players, you know, gold included, is, you know, that's the way the balance of the game is. That's how it is. You need to learn how to deal with the way the play is. You can't just complain that they're overpowered. You've got to learn how to overcome that, and that's how it is. That's more of a mindset you get from playing a lot of first-person shooters, because everyone is equal. It just comes down to one player being significantly better than you, but finding a way to defeat them is key. And here they come to my death. I thought that DT was out of range. I have made sure not to do any kind of, well, I kind of did there, I guess, but Artosis pylons. I was watching one of Husky's live casts recently, and he had 7 gateways, his forge, and his cyber on one pylon for about 3 or 4 minutes, and I was just looking at it like, what the hell are you doing? I was just waiting for that thing to get sniped, but he lucked out. The player he's against wasn't doing anything to come in there. But hopefully you liked the video. There's more coming up. Like I said, we're going to have some 4v4s here soon. Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, and 3. Possibly some other older games. And just things in general. Like, subscribe, and comment.